Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may now be seated.
Good morning. Good morning, parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, friends, teachers, administrators, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2019. This year, we chose to hold our commencement ceremony at the Elks Lodge of Oakland to support this worthy organization in their endeavors to invest in the community through programs that help children grow up healthy and drug-free, meet the needs of today's veterans, and improve the quality of life for the greater community. We appreciate your mission and are honored to donate to this worthy cause. Senior commencement is a joyous occasion marking a significant educational milestone achieved through years of hard work, studying, tests, Quizlets, friendship, growth, development, maturation, a lot of fun, and 12 to 14 years of objective educational success. This is no small feat. I struggled deciding what to speak about today. Graduates, we've spent so much time together, some more than others, and while there is so much I want to teach and reiterate, I also know that you are ready for this day. You've worked hard, planned, made good friends, strong relationships with your teachers, rocked AP exams, honors courses, final exams, performed in our shows, used organizers and planners, who would have thought, completed infinite rounds of study guides, been members of the National Honor Society, played on our sports teams, some for years, been devout war strategies members, become computer mavens, and so much more. And while some of us in this room aren't ready for this moment, you, my dear graduates, are. The first message I want to give you is one that hit me personally pretty hard this past Friday. Sorry, Aaron's a lot taller than I am. The first message I want to give to you is one that hit me personally pretty hard this past Friday. It's about appreciation and a lack of understanding. But first, graduates, look around this room. You are the most fortunate group of graduates I could imagine. I know your families, I know your friends, and I know your stories of how you got to this moment. And let me tell you, they say parenting takes a village, and each of you have been lucky enough to have a huge village filled with love and support alongside you, bolstering you to achieve this day. My first message to you, my dear graduates, is to appreciate those special people in your lives who would do and who have done anything for you. Often, it's just a few people in life whose love runs so deep that are the easiest to take for granted. What these people in the audience have done and will continue to do for you is just a demonstration of sheer limitless love. Be wise enough to know that you cannot begin to understand what they've each put into you to help you be the versions of yourselves that you are today, the best versions of yourselves. Go the extra mile to show your appreciation. Only you can begin to know what your family, teachers, and friends have done for you. Appreciate and be thankful to your selfless cheerleaders. Now for the personal story. On Friday, I sat in the front row of my youngest son's graduation. The music started and the little graduates walked in wearing their graduation caps. I couldn't control the tears and tremendous emotion that came over me, and certainly was not prepared to spend the morning in tears reflecting on how lucky I was to be at this graduation. You see, a few years before, actually, while our guest speaker Jenna was in Barnstable, my youngest was very, very sick, and for years, it was unclear if we would be fortunate enough to attend a graduation, not to mention the accompanying singing and dancing along the way. Thankfully, he is fine now, and like many parents, I've moved on to the new norm of parenting. I look around the room at this graduation and saw that I looked around the room at the graduation and saw that most parents didn't appear to be as choked up as I was. In that moment, I thought about how most parents had not gone through what my family had, but that all parents, children, and families have their story of triumph. Perhaps my fight for my child was a little different than the obstacles that other parents had, and different than the ones you may have experienced. But as family, we've all worked together to get our children to be their best. I invite you for a minute to think back 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, and even 1 year, and bask in your accomplishments. I have the distinct privilege of knowing your story of triumph, how you went from being the person you were just a few years ago to the strong, accomplished graduate ready for the next stage. When you look at your parents and your huge support systems and networks of friends, families, and teachers, you know how much they love you and how much they have done to give you the strong foundation you have today. Be forever grateful for everything you know that they have done for you. Then go another step further and be wise enough to understand that you can't begin to comprehend how deep that labor of love runs. I can tell you that this graduating class, it's run at least to Marlborough and back twice a day. My message: show appreciation. Know that love is deep. My youngest will never know each of my sleepless nights, how I spoke to doctors and teachers, or understand the life choices I made to help make sure he would be okay. Today is the day, as more mature young adults, to think bigger and to truly be thankful. My second message to you is to be confident in who you are. Like I said, some of those people sitting in the audience, aren't ready, but you are. To quote Keela Settle from the song This Is Me, I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, because here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies, this is me. Graduates, you have enjoyed and endured your parents, teachers, and hopefully not too much of my involvement as you've made decisions, choices, needed help, and superseded our dreams and expectations along the way. Now, the responsibility is yours. Beat to your drum. Here, we regularly showed you and celebrated your unique qualities and strengths. And when you go off to life after Barnstable, it is your job to show the world how you shine. Be confident. If I could give you one thing to carry with you as you leave 8 Right Way, it would be the clear understanding of some of the special characteristics we have seen shine in each of you, our graduates. So I'm going to take just a few minutes to publicly share some of the traits and accomplishments with hopes that this capable group continues to build on their strengths and achieve more and more. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what lies before us and what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. When I say your name, please rise. Michael Albert. You have a truly kind and caring nature. Your sensitivity towards others and ability to commit to doing the right thing are just a few of the many traits that make you such a good friend and so easy to get along with. You show appreciation for others and are able to look outside yourself to see the good in each person and in all situations. I hope you continue to do that with your roommate Aaron over there next year as you two conquer Lynn University. Christopher Carney. Chris, stand up. It's okay, it's your first graduation. So, Chris, I've been so proud of how much you have grown and branched out since I met you in the middle school days. You're always happy to lend a helping hand, love joking around with everyone, especially the teachers, and are so good with our middle schoolers. I loved how you interned with Mr. Asaro for middle school gym this year. It was really helpful, and your skills shine through. I must also say that since the day I met you, I noticed how much you've gone out of your way to befriend everyone, especially the new students. The volume of students who've told me that you were the first to go out of your way for them when they started here is really special. Let your kind heart and love for all people be some of the special parts of you that you show the world. Kayla Duran. You were the easiest admissions decision we have made thus far. When you walked out of Mr. Burns' office after we met for the first time, we said, we want this girl. She belongs here. Kayla, your social skills and ability to get along with and befriend anyone is just exceptional. You have a positive outlook, love for others, and a no-nonsense approach that I think will take you so far. It makes perfect sense to me that you want to be a psychologist in a few years because your ability to care for and help others is really very special. When you finish your degree, come back to me. I want you. Good luck at Bloomberg University. Annabelle Felice. You have so many talents, determination, and a strong follow-through. You stepped up in your community as an EMT, jumped in to bring prom to fruition, everything from making the song list to decor, and are able to adapt to all kinds of social and academic situations. Not to mention, Mr. Asaro told me I had to mention that you're an awesome street hockey player. You advocate for yourself beautifully, and I am so proud of all that you have accomplished. Blake Rama. You have such a polite, kind, easygoing way about you, which I think are just a few of the many factors that have created such strong and solid friendships. You've excelled on the court, and perhaps even in a little of the fantasy leagues. We are going to miss your positive demeanor and the effect it had on your classmates, teachers, and our whole community. What's Mr. Kuhar going to do in the mornings now? We're going to miss you, Blake. Seth Ratushewitz, our salutatorian. Our salutatorian and local Renaissance man. Seth, you have intentionally capitalized on so many opportunities, performing arts, war strategies, and academics. This man is even our mascot. My list could go on all night. Thank you for always volunteering to help and for being such a true, upstanding pillar of our community. When you go off to Susquehanna using your $132,000 in scholarships, I hope you continue to be involved in so many good things and keep developing new talents like magic, playing the bass in the school rock band, and solving Rubik's Cubes, because my friend, you can do anything. Fiona Reitman. Fiona, your dedication to your academic pursuits has been clear since the very beginning of your time at Barnstable. Equally as a parent has been your kindness towards others and helping nature. It makes perfect sense why you interned with the daycare downstairs. You have a gift for getting along with others, and I see you excelling one day at helping others in whatever capacity you choose. Whichever career you choose, we'll be so lucky to have you. Zach Ross. Scotty. Over your time at Barnstable, I have seen you grow and develop so much. You have this exceptional maturity and ability to realize what is important and not get caught up in the little stuff. I love listening to the way in which you understand other people's points of view and truly care for others. You have made friendships that I hope will last you a lifetime because you've built them on the important things. Penn State is very lucky to have you. Marty Sachs. Over your time at Barnstable, we have seen your best come through. Excellent AP results, superb academics, super social everything, preferably not during class, class representative of 11th grade, sports success in rowing and in soccer, involvement in your youth organization, performing arts guitarist, and now singer. Marty, you have so much going for you and the ability to change the world. It wouldn't surprise me if in a few years your dream of impacting important legislation comes to fruition. Don't let anything stand in the way of accomplishing all of your goals. The world needs you to put your charisma, people skills, and intelligence to good use. You've got this. Aaron Torito. Since 8th grade, we have all seen your exceptional leadership abilities. Your ability to lead by including others, and to lead by not necessarily standing at the front. Without commanding attention, you've guided your class as co-senior presidents and our school and sports teams by successfully supporting camaraderie, sportsmanship, and our school values of academics, integrity, and kindness. As a class leader, sports captain, and older brother, you have shown true character and excelled all around. Aaron, when you apply yourself, the sky is the limit. move to a foreign country where your academics are taught in a completely different language. You have chosen to work incredibly hard, ask intelligent questions, and apply yourself no matter how difficult the task was. We wish you the best of luck at the University of California. To further my Kila Settle song, we are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yes, that's what we've become. I am who I am meant to be. This is me. Look out, because here I come, and I'm marching into the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Parents, thank you for partnering with us and trusting us with the most important people in your lives. Graduates, we've been family for a long time, and like some family, you don't get to see every day. And like some family, we won't get to see each other every day. But no, we are always here. Please come and share your successes and come visit us. Because not only will we miss you all very much, but we will always be family, which means you have to visit. Keep your confidence strong, know how truly unique and special you each are, push yourselves to accomplish great things, and always remember to appreciate those whose shoulders you stood on. We are proud. Congratulations. At this time, I am honored to introduce this year's alumni guest speaker. It is Barnstable's tradition to have a former graduate address the graduating seniors. This year, we are fortunate to have an alumni who I am just so very proud of. Jenna Somerville graduated in 2014 as valedictorian after switching in to Barnstable from Tenafly's local public school. She was always a focused A+ student with a truly caring and kind personality and an exceptional family whose support was unwavering. Upon graduating from Barnstable, Jenna went on to Arcadia University, where she majored in global media with a concentration in journalism. In her junior year, she went abroad to New Zealand and London, where she studied journalism further. This past year, she has spent in a preschool working as she gears up to begin her master's degree in social work at Westchester University this fall. Jenna serves as a wonderful role model alumni who capitalized on her opportunities and is on a fantastic trajectory. I continue to be impressed with Jenna. Jenna, will you come share a few words?
Hi. When Dr. Eliason asked me if I would speak at this graduation, I could not say yes immediately. She was an influential mentor during my years at Barnstable, and I would do most anything she asked of me. For 2 days, I debated with myself, mostly because I don't think of myself as a natural public speaker. I knew what I really wanted as soon as I read her email. Barnstable has been a huge influence on my life, from the moment I arrived for my sophomore year until right now. Good morning, Barnstable, graduates, faculty, and families, and congratulations on the years and the work it took to get to this day. I am honored to be here, as I was 5 years ago. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Eliason, and Barnstable staff. I am Jenna Somerville. I stood here for my 2014 graduation with the anticipation of attending Arcadia University, where I graduated last May. In 2 months, I will be a student again as I enter graduate school for my master's in social work at Westchester University. Dr. Eliason's request made me go back in time to remember. Coming into Barnstable, I knew it was my family's expectation that I would go to college. In my heart, in my fear, I believed that would not happen. Maybe you have questioned yourselves as I did. My fears were quiet and personal. College is not the only path, and it shouldn't be. My fears were about myself and my abilities for the future. Like you, I had my struggles. Like you, I have internal scars. Do you remember what the seniors looked like when you were freshmen? They seemed like adults. They seemed like people who had found the answers. Now, they are you. And 5 years ago, it was me. My fantasy of a classic high school, a traditional high school, was radically different from what I found when my family drove me to 8 Bright Way. I told my parents that I would not get out of the car for my interview, that I was not going to a school in a building that looked like my doctor's office. I wonder how each of you graduates felt when you saw the school for the first time. I know we are not the same, but we all came here to re-begin our academic and social lives. As you graduate, I wonder if you feel as I did, that coming to Barnstable brought us on a path not known by drink just as much coffee as I did before your class. As you look at each other now, and during the reception later today, you already know that you will never be together this way again. And this is the whole point, to accomplish together that which could not be done alone, to begin something that must now break apart. I'm not a huge fan of change. I never have been, and I probably never will be. But I accept that it will always happen. It is a process, and I try my best to roll with it. My boyfriend might say otherwise. Well, he would always say otherwise. I don't know exactly how I made the decision to attend Arcadia University. I applied to more schools than I needed to. With the Common App, each new school was just another press of the button. Turns out it was another charge on my mom's credit card as well. Good thing I got all 15 applications in before the bill came. And I was accepted by far more than I expected. I heard quite a few people say that they always knew which college they were going to attend from their first visit, which made me more anxious when I never had that feeling. What was wrong with me? There was no magic moment when I was positive. The day I visited Arcadia was no different than my visits to other colleges. Sitting in my room one weekend, I had that feeling that Arcadia was best for me. I couldn't say why. That was how the decision was made, somewhere inside of me, somewhere unknown, but somewhere trusted. After you finish high school, it's a weird summer. For the first time, you aren't told what comes in September. It's a summer of transition. Leaving Barnstable, I had no idea what I wanted. I knew what I enjoyed, what I was passionate about, and what I wanted to learn more about, but I had no idea what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Spoiler alert, I still don't know. Having decided on my college, I immediately fixated on squaring away my major. My dad suggested I go into freshman year undecided, which I couldn't accept at the time. But now I realize that's perfectly normal. Change is hard enough, but piling on additional uncertainty felt like way too much. I firmly believed that 18 years old, I had to decide what I was going to do with the rest of my life, because 18-year-olds know everything, right? I declared myself a psychology major. Finally, I had set my own course, and I experienced relief at knowing what I was going to do when I left home. In my first college semester, I had 2 psychology classes. They weren't like the ones I took at Barnstable. The next semester, I became a fashion major. The following semester, I became a global media major. College is kind of like a buffet. You try the stuff that looks good first, then you find what you really like. I now understand that not knowing is part of growth and learning. We cannot become certain without first accepting uncertainty. When we were children, fun was normal. When we think of adulting, we see grim people who work hard and pay bills. Seriously, can you picture your Barnstable teachers dancing at home to Old Town Road? I bet they do. Yet humor, fun, and not being too serious is how we grow, understand ourselves and our relationships. I tried so hard to force myself into majors because the thought of not knowing was so scary. When I was sitting where you are now, I wish I knew how important it was to dream, to wonder, to not know. Arcadia's appeal to me was their commitment to study abroad programs. This captured my imagination. I didn't really picture myself doing it. I just liked knowing it was going to be happening around me. And then I got to my new school, my new life. During freshman year, Arcadia used a preview for students to spend 8 days in a mini study abroad program. I watched others choose familiar places such as Italy, France, and England. I took another risk and tested the strength of my mother's heart by choosing Senegal, West Africa during the Ebola scare. Ebola and my mom won. The trip was canceled. However, revenge was mine as I took an 18-hour flight to Cape Town instead. Do you know what happens to your ankles when you spend that much time on an airplane? My dad says that my mom almost fainted when I sent a picture. After South Africa, I turned dream and wonder into renewed risk. I spent a semester in London and another in New Zealand. I finished with a 2-week trip to Sierra Leone, West Africa. When I went to get some nasty vaccinations, including yellow fever and typhoid, the nurse slyly told my mom horror stories about Sierra Leone. Overriding such doubts and my mom's fears, I stayed with my choice and I experienced a part of the world that I never have imagined. I am here today because of Barnstable, because of the fears that once dominated me, because of my dreams that were respected here. As a high school freshman, I would not have recognized the person I became at graduation. 15-year-old me simply would not have believed it. I arrived as an introverted girl with no academic future. I had survived in the shadows. Barnstable brought me into the light. The momentum that I gained at this unique and untraditional school has propelled me through new risks, college, and into graduate school. My choice of social work honors the values and interests of my psychology classes and teachers I had at Barnstable. I will be in human services. I will do work that matters to me. I will even speak in public, sometimes. In all of this, I am trying to tell you that you have already won. Life is not a battle, but it sure can feel like it at times. Opportunity is so scary. For every one of you, there is a different story, and you all now face different changes. Choosing a major, maybe not yet. Changing a major, don't I know it. Study abroad, yes, if you can. Listening to doubters, no time for this. Lonely nights, call home. It's normal, it's not a defeat. Ice cream for dinner, it'll happen. Missing your past, stay in touch with the friends who you sit with right now. Coping with change, you're veterans to this. Chasing a dream, that's the whole point. Thank you, Rebecca Eliason, for asking me to be here today. When I interviewed for graduate school, I was asked about people who impacted my life significantly, and I spoke about our relationship through my years at Barnstable. To many, high school teachers are just teachers, but the Barnstable staff are different. Thank you to the faculty, past and present, for being the kind of professionals that you are. You helped me radically evolve into the strong, confident young woman that I am now. Thank you for those who have stood by me and who have listened to me, especially my brother and Emily. Thank you to my parents for supporting my eternal dreaming and for never doubting me and my abilities. Thank you, Derek, for being a part of my new adult life and for dreaming about a future with me. Thank you, graduates, for your attention. At Barnstable, you missed the football games, but you learned beyond the books, and you did this together. Perhaps you are now ahead of those who did not have to make the choices you did. 5 years ago, I was given a personal choice. My diploma could be from Barnstable Academy or Tenafly High School. Tenafly officials made it clear to me that theirs was a more important diploma with greater influence. This was one of those moments, a time to decide, a time to define myself. When I look at my diploma now, I see the risks I took, the people I knew, and the dreams I caught at Barnstable. Congratulations, graduates. Now we are all alumni. Welcome to What's Next.
Thank you, Jenna. I still remember her valedictorian speech. I still remember how meticulous her notes were. I don't know if I've ever met a student with handwriting like Jenna's. Yeah, thank you. For our first musical performance of the morning, I'd like to invite our senior, Marty Sachs, and accompanied by our junior, Anna Sculci, to perform Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern
that was amazing. Rounds of applause for our performers again, please. This year, our valedictorian is Shou Wen Alem. Alem had the highest GPA and demonstrated consistent academic excellence. So much so that Alem was exempt from all of his finals, which is no easy task. Before beginning Rutgers University in the fall, Alem decided to spend a few extra weeks at home with his family in China. While we of course miss Alem, we are so proud of his accomplishments and know he will be successful in college. This year, our salutatorian is Mr. Seth Ratushewitz. Seth has been an upstanding member of our community, an incredibly diligent student, and involved in every extracurricular you can imagine. Whether it's ski club, war strategies, selling swag at a school event, being our senior co-president, involved in performing arts, or even volunteering to shadow new students. Seth truly seized every opportunity. I remember early this fall, Seth had submitted his college applications and his completed essay months before the deadline, which made perfect sense because he had completed his essay and rounds of feedback long before the due dates. This is the kind of student Seth is, an all-around student excelling in academics and extracurriculars. As I mentioned, Seth is going to be attending Susquehanna University with $132,000 in merit-based scholarships, and we are so, so proud. Seth, when you go off to college, make sure you try everything and get all the experiences because you learn quickly and are so good at so many things. Seth, come on up.
I apologize, I'm too professional for this. Good morning. My name is Seth Ratushewitz, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to talk with all of you this morning on behalf of Barnstable Academy, class of 2019. I would like to welcome everyone for coming this morning. Welcome families, friends, faculty, friends of family, friends of friends of family, family of friends, friends of faculty, family of faculty, friends of family of faculty, friends of friends, and anyone else who I may be forgetting that is here on this wonderful day. It is hard to believe it's been 4 whole years for me at Barnstable. It seems like only yesterday I first shadowed here, and from that very first day, I knew Barnstable Academy was the school for me. To be totally honest, at the time what most excited me about Barnstable was the war strategies elective. Sure, it exceeded my expectations, but fortunately, Barnstable turned out to be so much more. I'm sure I can speak for all of my fellow classmates that our experience at Barnstable has truly changed us for the better. There are so many people we would like to thank. First of all, Dr. Eliason and the entire administration team that cares so much about us and keeps the school running so smoothly. Second, we would like to thank the amazing teachers that show such a strong interest in our success. They inspire us to learn, encourage us, and taught us so much while making it fun to be in class. As a matter of fact, they may have influenced me just a bit too much, considering that I'm going to Susquehanna University to pursue a degree in education. Third, we would like to thank our parents, families, friends, I'm not going to do that again. For many of us, it's not easy to attend Barnstable. Without their sacrifice, help, and support, we would not be here today. And finally, on a personal note, I want to thank my classmates and friends at Barnstable, who accepted me, inspired me, and put up with my awful puns. One of the things I like most about Barnstable is the great sense of community and friendship that is spread throughout the school. Everyone is a pillar for one another, and we all help to support each other. It truly has been a great experience. I think we all feel totally prepared for the next step of our lives. And even if we don't feel it right now, we can be confident that Barnstable has prepared us for the future. It is now time to continue to pursue our dreams and achieve our goals. We all have goals. Of course, in the case of Aaron, he has more goals than anyone else every soccer season. As a camp counselor one summer, I remember one of my campers. He was a nice kid, but always so pessimistic and didn't have any fun at camp. I inspired him to be more optimistic and look forward to all the fun things to do. He later told me it was the best summer he ever had. He also gave me the biggest tip. It was a great feeling knowing that I made a difference. So while I became a counselor to make money and have fun, I realized that it was rewarding to help others. I always thought my main goal in life was to have fun, but I learned that I enjoy entertaining, teaching, and inspiring children, hence my desire to find a career where I can impact the lives of children. This shows that one intention can lead to another outcome, or something can come from nothing. The Latin word for this is ex nihilo, which is very difficult to pronounce. Something out of nothing. I learned this in a car ride, and it got me thinking. Let's say you set out to make a donut. Your goal was to make the donut, but in doing so, you also made the whole. Now, I understand that not all of us want to be bakers, but as long as I'm on a roll, just think about it. We came to Barnstable to get an education, prepare for the future, get into the university of our choice. Yes, that was our intended goal, but it turned out to be so much more. We had wonderful experiences and made lots of unique and awesome friends. Everybody needs to find their donut, their main goal. As stated earlier, mine was to have lots of fun. The whole was to help others. It is why I am becoming a teacher. You not only need to find your donut, but also the whole you accidentally made. Put differently, in the words of artist Bob Ross, there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Even though it's the end of high school, it's the beginning of something new. Thank you again to everyone for being here today, and I wish all of us much success in the future.
That was beautiful, thank you. Barnstable Academy recognizes graduating seniors' excellence through various scholarships and awards. These are presented annually at commencement ceremonies. Scholarship award denominations are sent directly to the college or university in which the recipients are enrolled. Barnstable Academy's $500 scholarship award. This award is dedicated to the student, male or female, who has demonstrated excellence in various academic disciplines, as well as long-standing contributions to Barnstable Academy, and has been an excellent role model for the entire community. The recipient of this award is Aaron Tarita.
Scholarship, $250. This award is dedicated to the female student who has demonstrated excellence in various academic disciplines, as well as long-standing contributions to Barnstable Academy, and has been an excellent role model for the community. And I am proud to award this to Kayla Duran.
The Knuckle Family Scholarship for $250. This award is presented to a student, male or female, who has demonstrated dedication and commitment to Barnstable Academy through active campus leadership. And this award goes to Seth Ratushowitz. Academy Service Award. This award is presented to the student who has made significant contributions in and outside the Barnstable Academy community. This recipient has shown initiative and leadership while attending Barnstable Academy, and the recipient of this award is Chris Carney.
The Barnstable Academy Citizenship Award is presented to the student who has demonstrated concern for others and has enriched the campus environment through contributions to student life and commitment to others. And this goes to Fiona Brightman.
This year, we have instituted a new award, the Parent Ambassador Award. I'd like to invite the president of our Parent Ambassadors, Reverend Catherine King, to present this award.
The Parent Ambassador Award and Scholarship is designed to honor an upstanding member of the Barnstable Academy community who has contributed significantly to the warm, welcoming, inclusive, positive culture behind the scenes, like the Parent Ambassadors try to do. This year's recipient of the first Parent Ambassador Award for $100 is Michael Albert.
This year, we have another first. As you know, this year, we were devastated to lose one of our dear teachers, Mr. John Weinfeld. In his honor, we would like to present the first John Weinfeld Memorial Award and Scholarship to a student who excels in math and science and whose warm, easygoing nature exemplifies the values of Mr. Weinfeld. Thank you to John's mom for being here for this, and we'd like to please give her a round of applause. While John was only with us for a short while, we miss him very much, and in a very short time, he left a significant imprint on all of us. So to continue in his memory and honor, we've instituted this award and scholarship. This year's recipient is Harry McLaughlin. Harry McLaughlin is out sick today, so receiving this award on his behalf is going to be Zach Veshy, so he's going to accept it on his behalf. Thank you, Zach. For our final musical performance of this ceremony, I'd like to introduce senior Kayla Duran and junior Kate Stewart, who will be singing True Friends. How good fitting. Mrs. Crowley, our new assistant director, will you please join me? Now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Parents, get your cameras ready and don't be shy. Graduates, upon hearing your name called, please walk across the stage to receive your diploma.
Our salutatorian, Seth Ratushewitz. Michael Albert. Christopher Carney. Kayla Duran. Reitman. Zachary Ross. Martin Sack. Aaron Torito. Fujian Jason Wang.
Please remain in your seats as we honor our graduates one last time. Then please join us in the back for our reception honoring our graduates. Please exit through the front of the building and walk around the back. After the recessional, graduates will remain in their caps and gowns for some picture opportunities at our outdoor reception. Graduates, please rise. I now present to you the graduating class of 2019.